Good afternoon to all. So this is the 12th class for GATE examination 2022. So today's session depends upon surveying and geodetic surveying. Okay, so this paper is added from external mode. So he is GATE cleared faculty. Okay, presently he is working in academy for guidelines, teaching everything to the students. Okay, so he's one of the expert in the gate clearing topic. Okay, so all of you attend this session without fail and ask to your friends immediately. Okay.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, it's audible. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Shaktivel.
Yeah, good afternoon, Varun.
When I need to start?
Just wait, sir. We will start exactly 2:10, sir. Few students need to join this class.
Okay, fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Students, ask to your friends, log into this class and take the notes. Okay.
Hi, sir. Shall we start or shall we wait, sir?
Sir, you can start the session, sir. Also, we will share the recording link to students. Students will refer that recorded video link also, sir. So
Okay,
you
fine, sir.
can take the session up to 3:30, sir, and 20 minutes you need to discuss with the students, and including the questions and the problem
Yeah, yeah.
formula, everything, etc. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay, sir. I will start the session. I will share my slides. Good afternoon, students. Whether my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Whether my presentation is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Good afternoon. Whether you will be comfortable with English or Tamil?
Sir, speak in English, sir. Here, some North guys are here.
What?
Sir, here, some students are from North India. They don't know Tamil,
Oh,
so you can better speak in
okay.
English only.
Fine. Good afternoon, students. Actually, myself, P. Varun Kumar. Currently, I'm doing my doctorate in NT Tiruchirappalli. Okay. Actually, my first of all, you should know that whether I am capable of teaching classes for GATE. That you need to know first. Okay. Like, wise, how you are studying now? Like that only I have also studied. Okay. My schoolings are all done in North India. Then after that, after 8th standard, I came to Tamil Nadu, and 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th and all I studied here. After that, I got 1140 scores in 12th standard, and I got a seat of civil engineering in CIT, that is Coimbatore Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. And I prepared for a GATE examination in Indian Engineering Service, and I cleared Indian Engineering Service prelims, but not able to clear my mains. Later, I wrote my GATE examination and joined MTech course Structural Engineering in CIT, Coimbatore. After that, I got placed in L&T Constructions, and I worked for 3 years there. In the same time, I was taking a GATE classes while I was studying in MTech courses itself. Okay, and after that I got placed there, and I was working in L&T Construction, and I worked for Statue of Unity project. I think you all know about that project, right? Statue of Unity, world tallest statue.
Yes,
You
sir.
know that, right, students?
Yes,
I worked
yes, sir.
there,
We know.
and also worked for largest cricket stadium in world. You know what? Which is the largest cricket stadium?
Sir, that Narendra Modi, Ahmedabad, I guess.
Yeah, Gujarat, they have constructed. In that, I have worked some part. After I was interested in my further studies in PhD, so I joined through GATE examination, and I scored out of 100, I scored 64 marks in GATE examinations after completion of my MTech course. Okay, this is my background behind these things. I was taking classes for actually my main thing is I am totally a structural engineering background, but since I am preparing for my civil services and Indian engineering services, I am well versed in surveying also. Okay, first of all, before going to that, you need to know the basic introduction about gate examination, right? What are all things you know? Gate exam, I think already your professors have told you the what are all the subjects you have to learn. Everything you know it, right? Students, see, the session should be interactive session. It should not be a one way speech. Okay, I think you all know about the syllabus in gate examination, right?
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Known, sir.
Okay, fine. See, maybe some of you know about this, the courses, what are all the syllabus, everything you know. One thing I want to know is the time specified for each subject is very less. I know that. See, but for surveying, this 4 hour is more than sufficient for you. Maybe this week 2 hours and remaining next week maybe 2 hours, right? You may be all thinking that only this within this 4 hours how you can complete the surveying subject for gate examination, since we are all studying 1 or 2 years surveying courses in our curriculum like that. You have to think, but thing is why you need to know about the coaching. That means why you need to go for coaching is, here we will tell you what you need to study, what not to study. You are able to understand, right, students? You must know what need to study, what not to
Yes,
study.
sir.
That is very important. Okay, see, if you are all taking soil mechanics, means for soil mechanics books contains of 600 to 700 pages, but that is not required. You no need to thorough about the full books. Okay, you need to know what to study. Likewise, here I am going to take a surveying subjects, okay, which consist of 4 to 5 marks for your gate examinations. Okay, this is the weightage for civil engineering subjects as well as the general aptitude for your gate examination. Okay, see, if okay, many of you have so many goals that you need to perform your MTech in NIT or IIT, or else you need to go for public sector unit like that. Okay, for that you need maximum scores. See, this is the relative grading only. This is not a particular grading. Likewise, like CAT examinations. Okay, whoever getting the first mark will be considered as your reference, and remaining marks will be calculated. Okay, I told that out of 100 I got 64 marks. Since you can't see that okay, somebody score 100 marks. In my set, 87 is a first mark throughout India. Okay, in the same way you also need to think. See, subjects will be around 14 subjects for your gate examination. In that, from this today's class, still you have 1 or 1.5 more months to study for your gate examination. Okay, you don't have sufficient time, but you have some time to explore the some topics. Okay, here if you study from now onwards, definitely you can score more than 40 to 50 marks. Definitely, I assured that. Only thing you need to follow the strategy. See here, these are all things you know, students. What are all the weightage of different subjects? Anybody informed you about these things or not? Students? Students, I am asking you only, you guys only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, now what we are going to focus is on totally survey subject. Okay, if you want to perform your structural engineering in any of the IITs or NITs, definitely you need to study this non-structured subjects, because weightage will be more for this only. See, if you studied environmental engineering, soil mechanics, transportation, aptitude, engineering mathematics, it is well more sufficient to get structural engineering courses in NIT or IIT. See, think about these things. You no need to spend total time on all the subjects. Okay, the two particular to all the subjects, surveying is very easy subject. Only thing is you need to focus on some particular topics. Okay, here what we are going to do, see, is now we are going to totally move on to surveying syllabus. Okay, if you go into surveying, see, Actually, I'm going to write as the board. Just see whether it is visible for you, students. It is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Visible,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Just note down what are all the things I want to tell you. Okay. Now what we are going to see is we are going to see some 8 to 9 chapters, which is very much sufficient for your GATE examination. No need to explore more things than this. Okay. No need to see any other books, anything. Just concepts remain same. Only thing is you need to solve many problem as possible. Okay, only thing you need to know, you need to do for surveying is only you need to solve many problems that you can attend many test series. So many online test series are there. You can attend, you can write chapter wise syllabus, that means subject wise test series are there. More number of institutes are offering the exam and the test series like AS Academy and Made Easy Academy, and so many test series are available. They are conducting the test serious wise. Serious wise means if you are considering a surveying means, in surveying each chapter wise they are conducting the test. It will be very much helpful for you. It will be more or less 600 to 700 rupees or maximum 1000 rupees only for test series. If you are writing the test series, you will learn more concepts in that also. Okay, that is my one suggestion, that please register any of the online test series and write your test as soon as possible, as many as possible. Okay, first thing chapter will be basic concepts. In this what we will see is we will see the map projections. Map projections we will see here. Okay, next thing will be a linear measurements. Linear measurements. Okay, next thing will be angular measurements. Next chapter, plane table survey. Okay, next one, the leveling. Next thing will be areas and volumes. Next, minor instruments. Next thing will be theodolite and its traversing. Next, trigonometrical leveling. Next thing, tachyometric survey. Okay, and previously you have curves chapter, but now you don't have this one. Okay, this will be covered under transportation engineering. Actually, your topic is that is surveying. They are calling this as a geometric surveying. Okay, survey will be called as a geomatics. Why geomatics is so many equipments and earth machining equipments are used. That's why they are calling this as a geomatics engineering. Final chapter will be focused on remote sensing, GIS, GPS, and photogrammetry. See, within this 2 days, this is a today's session and next session, we are going to complete this chapters. Okay, in that, just you need to understand that is in this very important some actually. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the basic principle of survey? What is the basic principle? I think students, everybody is from final years or second year, first year, third year students are there.
Third years are there, sir.
Okay, I think you are all come across surveying, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the basic principle behind surveying? Maybe some guys will having books with you. Can anyone explain me what is the basic things,
Triangulation.
basic principle? Triangulations, okay, basic things. Before that, you can tell the principle of survey.
Sir, work from whole to the part.
Survey is an art of
Yeah,
determining
work
the
from whole to the part is why we need to go from work whole to part. Students, why we are going from whole to part? See, gate examination is a exam which they are going to see your knowledge behind your concept. Okay, they are not going to check your memory power. They are going to see your knowledge only. Okay, if a single thing, that is principle, is to work from whole to part, there will be the reason behind those sentences, right? What is the reason why we are telling that you have to work from whole to part? Okay.
Sir, to analyze the area and to calculate easily, sir.
Fine. Yeah, yeah. No, okay, good. At least you come up with some ideas. The thing is, why we are going from whole to part is, see, if you are measuring some areas, you are dividing this into different segments. Okay, what we are going, you can't directly calculate the whole area of this plot. What you will do, you will perform the triangulation method. Everything will be considered as a triangulation, and you will add on these areas. Okay, what we will do is, why we are going for whole to part is, see, if you are going from part to whole, if you are taking the one reading, okay, this will be some error will be there. If you accumulate it, adding it from part to whole, what will happen? The error of accumulation will be more error will be accumulated. That's why we are avoiding the error accumulation. That's why we are going from whole to part. Okay, if you are considering whole area, initially some errors will be there. If you are going for smaller area, that error will be reduced. That's why we are going from whole to part. That is basic principle. Okay, my intention is not explaining about this part whole to part. My intention is, if you want to perform very well in your gate examination, what you have to do is, you need to work from part to whole. Part to whole means, first of all, you need to thorough with a single concept. Then you need to go, that is, first you need, you see, totally 14 subjects are there. Out of 14 subjects, which is having highest weightage, that you need to concentrate first. Second thing, in which subjects you can easily score, that subjects you need to concentrate second. Okay, if you are going for a particular subjects, in that particular subjects, maximum questions asked from different sections, right? In that, you need to see in which sections maximum questions answered in the asked in the gate examination. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, the remaining topics you need to study. That's why I'm telling you need to work from part to whole, because you are securing that marks. See, in this important, very important topics will be leveling. This is very important. Second one, angular measurements. This topic is very, very important. Okay. Third thing is this theodolite traversing. This is very important. But number one priority will be for this. Number two priority will be for this, because you have come across what is meant by whole circle bearing, reduced bearing, back bearing, fore bearing, everything. That is will be coming under the angular measurements. Leveling will be, what are all the different leveling techniques are there? Can anyone tell me? What are all the different leveling techniques are there? Okay. Students, anybody knows these things? Definitely you have come across these things, and you have written 5 to 5 mark question, 10 mark question in this leveling chapter itself.
Sir, direct leveling is there.
Okay. See, there are two methods are there. That is, number one will be height of collimation method, and number two will be rise and fall method. Right? Students?
Yes, sir.
That two method is very, very, very important here. Okay, very important. If you see the gate examination, you will come across many questions on this angular measurements and the leveling. Okay, you have your you got questions from this plane table survey, areas and volumes 1 question, minor instruments 2 question, theodolite 3 or 4 questions, trigonometric leveling asked questions, and map projections, And this remote sensing, this chapter is included in the GATE examination only before 3 or 4 years. 4 years before only they have included this chapter in GATE examination. Okay, so this is very much important. That too, this is theoretical chapters. Okay, and you can expect the question, that is problematic question, from this photogrammetric technique. Photogrammetric technique means you are taking the photos of the concerned destination and you will calculate the distances, lengths, widths, areas, everything by using that particular photos. Okay, you can take the photo from top to bottom, and sideways also you can take the photo and you can calculate the things. Okay, nowadays this is popular method, that's why they have included this in your GATE examination. Okay, this is the main things. We are going to see all the topics here, but I am telling you, if in the last minute, if you want to prepare for survey, at least you focus on this angular measurements and leveling. If they are asking for four numbers question, that is 4 marks questions, at least you can expect 2 marks from this angular and leveling chapter itself, even without studying all the chapters. But my intention is definitely you need to thorough in survey subjects. Why? Because survey is 4 to 5 marks you can get. Okay, that 4 to 5 marks is easily scoreable topics only. You no need to apply that much knowledge in this. Okay, it is everything will be direct only. So while solving questions itself, you will come across the things, that what are the difficulty, what are the hurdles are there. Okay, first thing, what are the basic concepts behind the map projections in the survey. This is what first we are going to see. Okay, the basic concepts behind surveying is, number one will be, you need to determine the positions. You need to determine the position of various existing ground points with respect to reference point. Okay, what are all the things you are doing, everything will be surveying. Okay, if you want to draw some, if you want to take contour of a survey, what you will do, you will calculate the reference point, reference datum, reference point, reference location. With respect to some reference point, you will calculate the position of your concerned object. That is what the basic objective of your survey. Okay, second thing is to locate the position of any object with respect to datum. Okay, to locate any object with respect to datum. Okay, third thing is to calculate areas, volumes, and other related quantities. This is a main objective of surveying. Okay, see, these are all not going to ask in your GATE examination. Then why I need to tell this is, okay, I starting the surveying subject, I want to tell you the basic objective of surveying. Okay, in this portions you can't expect any question, because these are basic things, right? Nothing important in this. But next thing is very important, that is, can anyone tell me what are all the divisions of surveying? Students, what are all the different divisions available for surveying? See, number one will be plane surveying, number two will be geodetic surveying. Okay, in plane surveying, what we are doing is, we are actually, what is the earth shape? Can anyone tell? This is a school days questions only. What is the shape of our earth?
Spherical in shape, sir.
Spherical. Okay, fine. Any other answers? Students, any other answers? Actually, see, you have come across many things. That is, you have completed 10th standard and 12th standard, and you are now doing your engineering thing. You need to tell, if anyone asks you what is the shape of earth, means you need to tell it is oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid. You told that it is sphere shapes. You told, right? It is wrong. In school books, you have seen that earth shape is sphere. It is not sphere. It is oblate spheroid. Okay. Here is we have two types of surveying. Number one will be plane surveying. Number two will be geodetic surveying. In plane surveying, we are not considering the earth curvature. We are not considering earth curvature. Okay, and next thing, if your distance calculation is less than 18.2 kilometer and area of 195.5 kilometer square, see this 195.5 kilometer square will be in some books they are given as 250 kilometer square. Correct will be 195.5 because this will be referred in our code book. This is, please note down this. This is already asked gate examination. This is one time they have asked in gate examination. This is another time they have asked. Okay. The thing is, if your calculated distance is less than 18.2 kilometer, if your calculated area is lesser than 195.5 kilometer, you can use this plane surveying. If it is more than this, definitely you need to consider the geodetic surveying. Geodetic surveying means considering the earth curvature. Consider earth curvature. Okay, that is what geodetic surveying. Okay, this is the main thing, and you can use this plane surveying for smaller area and lesser accuracy. You can use this survey. See, before going into the problems and any formulas, you need to know the basic things. Definitely you have come across these things in your surveying chapters, but you have not concentrated on particular thing. Okay, because these are all the questions expected for gate examination. Okay, anyway, these are all already asked the question, but I want to convey you. Okay, if you are considering if you are doing a plane survey, you can do plane surveying only when your calculating area is less than 195.5 kilometer square, or else distance will be less than 18.2 kilometer. Then you can perform this plane surveying. Okay, or else you need to go for geodetic surveying. If you are going for geodetic surveying, you need to consider the earth curvature. Okay, this is what meaning of this plane surveying and geodetic surveying. These are all the 1 mark questions which can be asked in your gate examination. Okay, and the next thing is what are all the different classification of surveys? What are all the different classification of survey? Okay, different classification will be based on the function. These are all the divisions of survey, and the classifications based upon the functions you can tell, that is route surveying, control surveying, okay, city survey, cadastral survey, okay, cadastral survey, and mining survey, hydrographic survey, geological survey, astronomical survey, astrological survey, archaeological survey. Different types of surveys are there. Everything is based on the functionalities. Okay, here see, while seeing itself, you can easily tell route surveying means you need to find out the different routes for plotting the central line. You can do route survey. Next, you can do control survey, means you will find out the different boundary points. That is what we call as a control survey. City survey means if you are performing the survey in the city, you can call this as a city survey. Cadastral survey means it is a land survey. Land survey means, see, this cadastral survey only doing by our municipalities, municipality or corporation. This cadastral survey only doing, because this is cadastral survey is also known as land survey. This is doing for the buildings. This is very, very, very important. Okay, this you can expect. See, questions can be asked in any manner with respect to surveying chapters. Okay, why? Because surveying is very important. Okay, they can't twist the questions. The questions need to be directly asked. Okay, only thing is you need to know what they want to ask, what they want to convey. That is very important. Okay, here cadastral survey means it is a building, that is land survey. Here this survey can be done for buildings as well as the agricultural field. That is what cadastral survey. And mining survey means the survey which is carrying out in mining means the mining survey. Hydrographic means you can know in name itself, hydro, so water survey related to water bodies. Geological survey, that is with respect to depth, fall, what is the water table, that and all will coming under geological survey. Astronomical, you know, different points with respect to earth. Okay, you have astronomers, right? Like the astronomical survey, and also archaeological survey. In the museum kind of thing is there, that is archaeological. These are all the different types of survey. In that you need to know hydrographic survey means it is related to water bodies, and cadastral survey means it is related to land and buildings and agricultural field. If you are performing the survey in those areas, that can be called as a cadastral survey. Generally, we will call this as a land survey. The land survey is also known as cadastral survey. That's why I am telling you this, very, very important. Cadastral survey means it is with respect to buildings and what? With respect to buildings and fields, agricultural fields. This is the basics things about surveys. Okay, and also based upon the instruments, you can classify the survey of different things, chain surveying, compass surveying. That and all is not important. Next thing is, see, as per GATE point of view, problematical questions can be asked more. For this, what are the things you need to know is, first of all, you need to know what is meant by scale of a map. Scale of a map. Students, can anyone tell which you will call as a scale of your map? Students, what is meant by scale of a map? You see, definitely you will come across these things. That is, you need to find out the height of a tower. Okay, the height of the tower will be traced in your paper. Definitely you will all will come across these things in your surveying lab, right? Students, what is the scale of a map? Definitely you will come across these experiments. See, scale of a map means distance on map to the distance on ground. This will be your scale. This will be, we call this as a scale of your map. Okay, and there are different classifications are there for scale. Okay, different classifications. That means large scale, medium scale, small scale. Large scale, medium scale, small scale. Okay, large scale means we will call 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meter. Okay, medium scale, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to 100 meter. Okay, and this 1 centimeter is equal to greater than 100 meter. This is known as different classification of a scale. Okay, and next thing what you have to do is you need to understand what is meant by representative factor. See, you can tell, see, these are all the questions asked in GATE examination many times. Okay, but that is very simple. Only thing is you need to understand the basics. Okay, just here there is no other concepts behind this. Only thing is, you know it, right? What is the scale means? Wherever you are plotting a graph, there you will mention the scale, right? Like that only. That is the field survey. You are going to convert that field survey into your paper in some scale, right? That is called the scale of a map. That is what given here. Scale of a map is equal to distance on the map divided by distance on the ground. Okay, and some scale ratios will be there. That ratios will be divided into 3 types. Number 1, large. Number 2, medium. Number 3, small. Okay, if your scale is in this range, this will be called as a large, as like as medium, as like a small scale. Okay, next thing is representative factor. Representative factor is equal to this will be indicated by ratios. Ratio, that is distance on map divided by distance on ground example, how it will denote is, it is given in terms of 1 in 1000. That is, they will given in like this, 1 in 100, 1 in 1000, like that only they will give. Okay, you know, distance on map means, in map it is 2 centimeter, and it is ground, it is 2 kilometer. What you have to do is, you need to convert the centimeter into kilometer, and you need to represent in terms of 1 in what, 1 divided by this much, like this you need to represent. That is what a representative factor. Okay, able to understand, students? This is what a representative factor. Next thing is, see, error due to shrinkage. Error due to shrinkage. Error due to shrinkage. Error due to shrinkage means, see, here shrinkage factor will be there. Shrinkage factor is equal to actual measurements divided by original measurements. Actual measurements divided by original measurements. And why we are seeing this shrinkage factor is, see, if you are going for any government officers, they have different sets of drawings. Okay, can I ask you one question? See, if you are having your paper and you are saving it for 10 years, what the paper will have, what will happen to the paper, students? You are having one A4 sheets or any notebooks, you are keeping this for 10 to 15 years, what will happen to the notebook?
Sir, it will turn to red color, sir.
Okay, fine. What else? Other than this, what will happen? Correct. What you had told is correct. Next thing is, what will happen? The color will change. See, what will happen is, the paper will shrink on its own. Can you accept this thing? That is shrinkage, you can't see that much. If you are measuring accurately, definitely you can find out some shrinkage in your paper. Students able to understand whether you are accepting it or not?
Yes, sir.
That shrinkage factor you need to calculate how much it shrunk, what is the original length or original area of the field, that you need to calculate. That error measurements you need to do. So this is very important for your GATE examination. If they want to ask you questions in this chapter, this is mandatory formulas, mandatory things to study. One is, okay, shrinkage factor. It is shrinkage factor is equal to actual measurements means currently, that is it is now just say, currently what is the length of your paper divided by actually what is your original measurements of your paper, that is in the denominator. Okay, how the shrinkage factor, can anyone tell what is the value for the shrinkage factor? Approximately, I am asking students, approximately how it will be. You know that shrinkage factor is equal to actual measurements by original measurements. Definitely, compared to numerator, denominator will be more. Can you accept it, students? Compared to numerator, denominator will be more. Do you able to accept this?
Yes, sir.
Then how the value will be? It will be always less than 1. This is one of the GATE questions, very important. Shrinkage factors will be always less than 1. It is not less than or equal to 1. Definitely, it will be always less than 1. This is what a shrinkage factor. Okay. Next thing, we will go for the shrunk scale. What is the shrunk scale? Shrunk scale or a correct scale? Okay, for these things, original scale into shrinkage factor. Okay, and if you want to measure the correct distance, original distance divided by shrinkage factor. if you want to calculate corrected area, original area divided by shrinkage factor square. If you want to calculate correct volume, you need to know original volume divided by shrinkage factor cube. These are all the different formulas to calculate what is the corrected distance, corrected area, and corrected volume. Okay, see in your paper, some area is plotted. Okay, due to different climatic conditions and aging period, definitely this paper will shrink. What you need to do, you need to calculate the correct distance. The correct distance, how you will calculate, you can calculate shrinkage factor, and you know that original distance. From this you can easily calculate what is the correct distance, like that for area, like that for volume. Okay, if you want to calculate the shrinkage scale, you need to know the original scale into shrinkage factor will be the shrunk scale or correct scale. Okay, this is very important. Just write down these things. Students, are you writing or shall we go next? Students? Okay, fine. Next, you will go for wrong scale. That is corrections due to wrong scale. Corrections due to wrong scale. That means, see, if you are, initially you are measuring this 20-meter length by using any chains or anything. Later only you are seeing that you have measured the distance wrong. This much extra you need to add to the original value. That is human error or any instrumental error. That error, how to rectify it? To calculate the correct distance, representative factor of wrong scale divided by representative factor of correct scale. Correct scale means original scale. Okay, into measured distance or length. This is correct distance. If you want to calculate correct area, representative factor of wrong scale divided by representative factor of original scale into measured area. Okay, this you need to square. And if you want to calculate corrected volume, representative factor of wrong scale divided by representative factor of original scale whole power cube into measured volume. Okay, these are all the different corrections you see. This why I am telling you these things is, if you are measuring one particular area or volume, and after some days you are able to see that, okay, I have taken this value wrongly, I have taken the scale wrongly, but now I need to calculate the original scale or original distance or original area, original volume. What to do? For that only I am giving you this formulas. Okay, just know these things. Next thing is, there are different types of verniers are there. Can anyone tell what are all the verniers you know? Students, what are all the different verniers available? Why we required a vernier? Students, come on quick. Why we required vernier? Students, I'm asking you only. At least you know something about vernier, right? What you know about vernier? Definitely you have come across these things in your school days itself. What is vernier, man? See, actually vernier will be, what we will do with vernier is, it is a least value can be calculated. Okay, least value. Have you used linear vernier gauge, anything? Vernier gauge, anything you have come across?
Sir, we used in physics, sir.
Physics, yeah. What you did?
We find the diameter of the balls.
Good. Why you are using that vernier? You can measure this by using scale itself, right?
Yes, sir. But it's an instrument. It will correctly fit. We can directly fix the.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Even you can measure this with respect to scale, but you want accurate measurement. That is, you want a least value, least measurements that can be calculated by using your vernier. Okay, definitely you will come across total stations, leveling instruments, everything you will come across. In that, for measuring angle, see, if you are going for angular measurements, there you can find main scale divisions, that is vernier scale divisions. This is a main scale division, this is vernier scale division, this is for angle. Okay, main scale divisions, one main scale divisions, there will see, if your coincidence will be here, what will happen is you will get this value. What is main scale division? This one plus how many vernier scale divisions are, that is the actual value for your readings. Okay, I think you are able to understand, right? See, vernier means it is the least value which can be measured in the instrument. Okay, least value which can be measured in the instrument is known as vernier. Okay, in that we will call vernier coincidence. Vernier coincidence. In your physics lab, in your school days, you will call this as a least count of your instrument. Least count, that is equal to one main scale division divided by number of vernier scale divisions. Okay, that is S divided by N. This is the generalized formula to calculate least count of the vernier. It is generalized term. Okay, and for measuring the angle, minimum value will be 20 minutes. If you are providing this one hyphen means it is 20 minutes. If it is 2 means seconds. Okay, minimum value of the main scale divisions, that is for angular measurements. Actually, see, you will find out the reading like this. Okay, this will be main scale divisions. Okay, and here this is the main reading. Here this will be approximately 20, 40, 60. This will be called as a 1 degree. Okay, in 0 to 0 degree to 1 degree, you can find out 20 minutes plus 20, 40 minutes plus 20, 60 minutes. 60 minutes will be called as a 1 degree. Okay, and this is Vernier scale divisions. That will be this will be like this. Here some readings will be there, and here some readings will be there. Here some readings will be there. Like the reading will be there. Okay, this is 0, this is 5, this is 10. Like the reading will be there. Okay, totally 60 divisions will be there. 60 number of divisions. What I will do is, which is merging here in the main scale division. If this is like this means, see, 20 minutes plus how many Vernier scale divisions are there. There how much, that you will add and you will tell that value as an exact value. Okay, this is what the vernier. In this vernier, what are all things you need to know is what is mean by least count or vernier coincidence. Okay, next thing, different types of verniers are there. Different types of, see, these are all you have not come across in your surveying. Maybe you will forgot these things. Okay, but it's very important for the gate examination. There are different types of verniers are there. Number 1 will be direct vernier. Number 2 will be retrograde vernier. Retrograde vernier. Number 3 will be extended vernier. Extended vernier. These are all the different types of verniers available. Okay, these are all the different types of verniers available. Direct vernier means it has divisions. It has divisions slightly shorter than main scale division. Okay, that is n division of vernier. N division of vernier is equal to n minus 1 divisions of main scale. Okay, the thing is, see, this is your main scale means, see this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a main scale divisions. Okay, Vernier scale division. This is n divisions of Vernier is equal to n minus 1 divisions of main scale. That means, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you see here, 10 divisions here will be from this. 10 divisions here will be like this. Okay, see, n divisions of Vernier is equal to n minus 1 divisions of main scale. This is known as the direct Vernier. Students able to understand? Your readings will be like this. This many number of main scale divisions will be there. In that, n minus 1 divisions of main scale will be Vernier scale divisions. Okay, because in questions they will mention only what type of Verniers you used. With that, you need to find out how many divisions are there in your Verniers. Okay, this is number one. Second one, retrograde Vernier will be n divisions of Vernier is equal to n divisions of Vernier is equal to n plus 1 divisions of main scale. Okay, extended Vernier is equal to n divisions of Vernier is equal to 2n minus 1 divisions of main scale. These are all the different types of Vernier. Okay, here why I am giving you these things is different types of Verniers available in questions. They will not guide you with these values. They will directly tell you direct Vernier or retrograde Vernier or extended Vernier. Okay, this is the important thing. This is with respect to first chapter. Okay, in this we will try to solve some problems after 3:30. Okay, these are all the different types of Verniers available. Again, I am telling you these things. Here, this basic principles of surveying and these things, leave it up. But you need to understand what is meant by scale of a map, how you are going to represent the scale, how you are going to convert, what are the different types of scales available, how you are going to utilize the shrinkage factor to calculate the original value after some years for the specific graph or specific plot. Okay, and for this formula you have come across what are the different types of corrections you need to perform. That means if you are taking the reading wrongly, later only you are able to see this readings what we took previously is wrong. Then you need to rectify that error, right? For that, what you have to do? For that only the formula has been given here. Okay, and different types of Vernier. Verniers means it is an instrument is used to measure a least count. That is known as Vernier scale. Okay, in that Vernier scale, different classifications are there. That is, number one will be direct Vernier, number two retrograde, number three extended Vernier. Okay, these are all the different concepts behind this map projections. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to focus on the linear measurements. That is, in linear measurements. Okay, students, what is meant by linear measurements? In linear measurements, what are all the equipments you will use? Can anyone tell? Students? Okay, fine. Linear measurements means you are going to measure the length or width or anything by using a linear instrument, that is chain survey. That is known as chain survey, or sometimes you can use a tape, steel tape, inward tape, anything. That is known as linear method. That is second chapter. Okay, linear measurements. Linear measurements using chain survey. Using chain survey. Okay, there are different types of methods available. That is, number one will be direct method, and number two will be optical method. Whatever we are doing is direct method. Optical method will be, that is, electronic digital measurements. Electronic digital measurement, that is, we will call this as a EDM. That is, it will works on the base of light waves. It works on the base of light waves or microwaves. That is, the principle behind the optical instrument is light waves and microwaves. Okay, in light, if in light waves means it is a basic principle. The instrument name is geometer, mechameter, range meter. Okay, micrometer means it is diameter, deca, navigator. சொல்லுங்கப்பா. Yeah, students, tell me. Students, anybody ask anything? Hello, students, am I audible? Students, anybody want to ask anything?
Sir, you are audible, sir.
Oh, okay, fine.
No, sir.
These are all the different linear measurements available. That is, optical methods. Optical method instruments will be based on different principles. Number one is light waves. Number two is microwaves. Using light waves, the instrument name is geometer, mechameter, range meter. Everything will be for measuring the distance. The basic principle behind this chain surveying is trilateration. Trilateration means triangulation survey kind of thing. It is the process in which the measurements will be taken between the reference points. That is known as trilateration. In this, you can come across different approximate method. These are all the direct or optimal method. Some approximate methods are there is pacing, paceometer, speedometer, speedometer. I think while going in bus or any vehicle, some people, some personalities will have one structure like this. Anybody saw in your highways, students? Like this. Students, anybody saw like this? This will be rolled to the length of your road. The reason is this is measuring the actual distance. Okay, actual distance that we will call as a perambulator. We can call this a odometer. Odometer is an instrument used to measure the linear measurements. Odometer meter you can come across in a bike or in your these things in your car. Everywhere you can see the odometer. This distance measuring thing. Like that only I am telling you these things. Okay, and the next thing is, you know, the basic principle behind the survey kind of thing. You need to locate a point with locate a point with respect to some reference point, and you work from whole to part to avoid accumulation of errors. Okay, minor errors can be rectified by using this principle to work from whole to part. Okay, that's all, students. Next thing is okay, there are different instruments are there. Okay, that is chain, tape, ranging rods, arrows, plumb bob, plasterers, lathe and whites, cross staff, and pegs. These are all the different instruments used for the chain survey. Okay, in this, a very important one is this chain survey. Okay, chain survey. Chain survey means this chains will be there. Definitely, you have you all seen this type of students. Everybody did this chain survey, right? Nowadays, practically, we are not going for this chain survey, but to understand the basic behind this, definitely we need to know about these things. Okay, and this will be chain will be like this, and here some rings will be there. 3 rings will be there. From this, next rings will be there. Okay, and this is your center kind of thing. Here, this is your center. Okay, and this will call as a one link. Okay, and this I will call as a link. Okay, and this joint we will call as a swivel joint. Swivel joint. Okay, and the talus will be there. Talus means for each link they are providing this type of structure, that is 5 meter, every 5 meter or every 10 meter they will put like this. This we will call this as a talus. This we will call as a talus. Okay, students, everyone come across the chain surveying or not? Do you know about this chain surveying, right? You have did this in your lab or not? Chain survey.
Sir, that same it went through online, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay, nothing we can do it. At least, okay, you know these things. Okay, if you are in online means you just go through what is chain survey, how it will be. Just visualize it. Okay, generally chains available will be 20 meter and 30 meter chains only. Okay, what I am chain. This is a chain survey like that. It will be there. Finally, end. You will again. You will get. You will be having one spiral joint. Okay, like this repetitions will be there in chain survey. Chain available is 20 meter and 30 meter, and they will provide this tallies. Tallies means like for reference. This is some reference. For every 5 meter, for every 10 meter, or for every 15 meter, they will provide this tallies. Okay, you just Google it. What is mean by tallies? TALLIS. Tallies in the chain survey. Why we are providing this tallies? Everything you need to check. Okay. See, I told you that from one end to the center of these things we will consider as a link. Okay, this one link will be approximately 20 centimeter or else 0.2 meter. Okay, or else 0.2 meter. You know that for 20 meter chain, how many links will be there? Students, can anyone tell? For 20 meter chain, how many links will be there? Students, for 20 meter chain, how many links will be there? Like this. See, each link is of 0.2 meter. For 20 meter chain, how many links will be there? Students, I'm not asking you the first question.
100 links, sir.
Yeah, good. 100 links. You can easily calculate, na? Each link is 0.2 meter, 20 centimeter. How many links will be there? 20 meter divided by these things. If you put 0.2, put now, you will get 100 links. For 30 meter chain, you will get 150 links. Okay, this is one of the gate questions. One question is asked already in your gate examinations. Okay, next thing. There are different types of chains are available. Okay, different types of chains available. Okay, number one will be metric chain. Number two will be Gunter's chain. Number three will be revenue chain. Number four will be engineer's chain. Number five will be steel band. Okay, see, metric chain means what we are using 20 meter and 30 meter available. Gunter's chain means this is having 66 feet length, comprises of 100 links. Okay, 66 feet chain. In the 66 feet, they have provided 100 links. That you need to remember. Revenue chain length will be 33 feet of 16 links. Okay, and this engineering chain will be of 100 feet and 100 links. Okay, steel band, this is available for 10 meter, 15 meter, 20 meter, 30 and 50 meter. These are all the different types of chains available. Definitely you need to remember these things. See, Gunter, what is the length of the Gunter's chain? If they are asking like this silly questions, one mark questions, you are in a situation to answer this type of question also. Gunter's chain means this length is of 66 feet and of 100 links. Very, very important. I am not telling you Gunter's chain is important. I am telling you these 5 chains and its length and its links, number of links that you need to remember definitely. Okay, this is the thing. Then next thing is after manufacturing, you need to check the chain whether it is correct or not, whether they have given the actual correct length or not. Like that, you need to check. What you have to do is you need to perform this test at 20 degrees centigrade with 8 kg pull. 8 kg pull on both sides. For this 20-meter chain, approximately you can accept plus or minus 5 mm. 30-meter chain, approximately you can accept 8 plus or minus 8 mm. Okay, these are all the different things, the different quality checks you need to perform for the chain. Okay, these are all the important things. Okay, next thing is there are different types of tapes available. These are all the different types of chains. Next will be different types of tape. Okay, you know that first we will, you know that cloth tape. Cloth will be used as a cloth or linen tape. Okay, second thing will be metallic tape. Metal tape you already have in your home itself, right? Metal tape. Sometimes we will use the steel tape. Okay, in this cloth tape can be used for a reconnaissance survey, because this will not be that much accurate. Metallic tape will be used for the construction works. Steel tape will be used for the engineering surveys. Engineering survey. Okay, and fourth will be invar tape. Invar tape. Okay, invar tape. It is used for the accurate works. It is used for accurate, where you need good precision, good accurate results. You can go for invar tape. Out of these 4 types, very accurate measurements will be invar tape. In invar tape, you can see 64% steel and 36% nickel will be present in the invar tape. Okay, this will be used for the accurate works, especially for the baseline measurements. These are all the 4 different types of tapes available. This is asked in GATE examination in the year something 2013 or 14. They have asked this. The invar tape comprises of 64% steel, and second thing will be nickel. Based on this nickel for invar tape, they have asked questions. Okay, these are all the important things you need to consider. Okay, and next thing means different types of materials are used. Chain we have come across, and this arrows. Where is arrows? This arrows will be generally of height 40 centimeter only. Why we are using these arrows is to mark intermediate points at each end, because see, if we are measuring 50 or 1 kilometer length, your chain length will be approximately 20 meter, 30 meter only. After that, you need to switch, you will transfer this chain to the next length. For that, what you will do is you will insert a peg, that means arrows for some reference points. Okay, and offset rods will be arranging rods also to plot intermediate stations, plumb up to check the surface, that is straight in availability, and plaster blades also, like information boards. Crossstaff is used to plot perpendiculars from the baseline, and PEX is also to mark the intermediate stations on the ground. These are all the different equipments we are using. Okay, and this cross straps, if you see, this is like a box section, and here one thing will be, a slit will be there. From there we can see the 90-degree angle of inclination, these things. Okay, cross straps will be of different types. Number 1, open. Number 2, French. Number 3 will be adjustable. Open type will be only you can measure, you can mark 90 degree only. If it is a French type, you can measure 45 and 90. If it is adjustable type, you can measure anything, 50, 35, 45, 60 till 90. Everything you can measure by using the adjustable cross strap. Okay, these are all the different cross straps available. That is open. Second thing is French cross straps. Third thing is adjustable cross strap. Okay, this is the important thing. Next thing is, see, if you are doing a chain survey, definitely you will there will be some corrections you need to perform. Okay, you need to calculate the exact length. Okay, that is length corrections. That is sometimes what you will do is, see, if you are making the chain like this, if you are not extending this chain properly, what will happen? Definitely there will be some undulations like this will be the chain will be like this. Because of this, what will happen? Actually, this length will be lesser only, but you are telling this length as a more. Why? Because it is bent at this some junction locations. Okay, that error you need to rectify. How you can calculate is true length is equal to L dash into L1 divided by L. Here, L dash is equal to measured length. Measured length. L1 is equal to incorrect length. Incorrect length of chain. L will be designated length of the chain. This is the corrections you need to perform to calculate the true length. Okay, this is what I think L dash, this will be incorrect length. This is measured length. This is original length. From this you can calculate the true length, that is L can be calculated. Okay, this is corrections due to a chain, that is due to incorrect chain, errors due to incorrect chain. Okay, this is number one. Number two will be, you know that, see, if you are having this many undulations over here, you need to find out what is the exact distance here, that is exact distance. You need to calculate this distance plus this distance plus this distance plus this distance, because you can't calculate this base width because it is a raised portion and some undulation portion. You need to add these things, and this will be L4, L3, L2, L1. Why? Because you can easily calculate from top to bottom. It is very difficult from bottom to top. That's why I am coming it from the top to bottom. Okay, that is the total D is equal to summation of L. L means L4 plus L3 plus L2 plus L1 is equal to total D. Okay, this is what with respect to the chaining on uneven grounds or sloping grounds. Uneven or sloping grounds. Sloping grounds. Okay, this is the different terminology over here. And next thing, if you see now, this is next thing will be correction for temperature. Correction for temperature. Okay, and temperature corrections will be positive, and sometimes this will be negative, right? This is CT is equal to L alpha Tm minus T naught. Here Tm will be mean temperature during measurements. T naught will be standard temperature. Okay, and you will get the correction for this temperature sometimes in terms of positive, sometimes in terms of negative. Okay, number one. Next thing, correction for pull or tension. For these things, Cp is equal to P minus P naught into L divided by AE. Okay, here P denotes pull applied during measurements. Okay, P naught will be standard pull. Okay, and A will be cross section of a tape or chain. Cross section of a tape or chain. Okay, E will be elastic Young's modulus of your material. What is the use of this? Can anyone explain me what is the correction for pull or tension? What you got from this, students? What is meant by correction due to pull or tension? Students, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
what you understood from this? What is the correction for pull or tension? A thing is, see, definitely for chain surveying, minimum you required 2 number of surveyor. Okay, definitely the 2 number of survey will be there. Here one person will be there. Here one person will be there. They both are not physically same. Okay, there will be some difference will be there. He can extend, he can pull some strength with some extra some strength. He can pull with some strength. There will be difference in the pulling, and because of that there is possibility of some errors in your chainage. That thing need to be avoided. Okay, next thing is correction for sag. It is very negative, very essential. See, correction for temperature will be positive and as well as negative. Correction for pull or tension, because sometimes they will extend this perfectly, something what they will lose it, they will lose. So here this one also, sometimes this will be positive, sometimes you will get this negative. Next thing will be correction for sag. Sag means, see, if you are measuring by using your chain, definitely the chain will sag at some center point, or somewhere it will sag, because due to its own weight itself, it will deflect. Because of that, what will happen? Due to sag, whether your correction is positive or negative. Students, due to sag, whether your correction is positive or negative. See, always this correction for sag, will be always negative in nature. Always correction for sag will be negative. You need to remember these things, because very important topic in your surveying, that too with respect to this chapter. Okay, for these things, see, this is your chain one support, this is another support, and this is another support, and this is your another support. This support will be called as A, B, and C, and D. Okay, if you see here, see, this is L1, and this is your this is also a same length. You can say this is also L1. Okay, and total length will be L is equal to n number of base into L1 will be called as a total length of your chain. Okay, and to calculate this C sag, that means correction due to sag, that is W into L1 whole square into L1 divided by 24 P square. Okay, P square. This is where L1 is length of the one bay distance will be L1. Okay, this is what given here. Students, you are able to understand, right? Students, I'm asking you only. Either you can use like this, or else directly you can use the formula as capital W square L divided by 24 N square P square. Okay, like this you can use. This capital W is total weight. Capital W is total weight. Okay, capital W is total weight. That you need to understand. That means if they are giving this per meter running length for the single bay, that I am given this as a W into L1. W into L1 means weight per meter, that I have substituted here. This is what the correction for the sag. Okay, because due to its self weight itself, it will deflect something below. Okay, that you need to calculate to get the accurate value. For that one only, I have given you these things. Okay, students, able to understand?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
In the textbook, it is given that the sag correction equal to W square L by 24 P square, sir.
P square. What about N square?
PM square it is given, sir.
No, actually it is N square P square. The equation is like this. Okay, from this how we transferred is, this is for one number of base. If you have different number of base, what you have to do is W into L1 whole square into this L1 divided by 24 P square, and into n will be the for the number of base. If you are multiplying this as an n, that should be number of equal base. This is 3 number of base, so you can multiply this by a 3. Okay, here if you substitute it here, W, how you can represent this small L1? L1 will be represented like this, L by N, right? L by N whole square into divided by 24. Okay, this L1 can be represented as L divided by N, right? L divided by N into P square. Like this you can represent. Students able to get what I am telling you? See, this is W L1 whole square into L1. This you understood or not, students?
Yes, sir. That understood, sir.
This is for single bay. If you are calculating for the multiple base, I am multiplying this by n. That you understood?
Yes,
Students,
sir.
that you understood or not? Only I know that, okay, you are listening like that, I will think. See, this you understood, right? This is for one bay. This is for n number of bays. How this formula is converting is W can be represented as the L1 can be represented as L by N, right? Whole square into this L1 into N can be represented as L divided by 24 P square. Okay, and finally you will get W into L whole square into L divided by 24 N square P square. Finally, how I am representing this as a W into L as total weight. W into L as a total weight. This is a weight, that is per unit length. I am multiplying it by total length, that is L. Okay, this WL I have represented this as a capital W square L divided by 24 N square P square. This is the final formula. Okay, in here in some way they have represented, maybe in books they have given like this, in books they have given like this, like this they have given mostly. Okay, students able to understand how N everything came? This is when your support, all the supports at the same level. Okay, this should not be deviate. A support and B support should be at, if you draw the cross section, that this level will be here. This is A support, this is B support. That should be the same level. Then only this formula will be applicable. Okay, students, because see, this is very important chapter. You should not confuse in these things, because with respect to this, 2 or 3 questions has been asked in GATE examination. Definitely we will solve the questions here. Okay, students able to understand or not this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And this is the important thing over here, and remaining things. Next thing I want to convey is, see, there are so many things is there that I will tell you. Just learn on your things. That is, first one is hypotenusal allowance. Hypotenusal allowance. Okay. Next thing is limiting length of offset. Limiting length of offset. These two terminology is there. This is like a 5 marks big questions kind of thing. This is if I am spending time on explaining these things, okay, I can't cover all the things here. That's why I'm telling you, please see this hypotenusal allowance and limiting length of the offset. This hypotenusal allowance is coming under this chain surveying. Okay, actually this is nothing but correction to be applied on the field at every chain. Okay, why? Because see, some undulations will be there in your land. Okay, you are measuring different many kilometers of length you will measure by using chain survey. In that, some you can, what you will do initially, you will place the chain from here to here, 20-meter chain. Then you will shift In that you can find some undulations will be there. You will not consider those things. That there you need to apply some corrections. That is, some corrections you need to applied in the field at every chain length and at every point where the slope changes. That is known as hypotenusal allowance. See, I am giving you only the explanation about these things. Please don't neglect these things. You just check how to calculate this hypotenusal allowance for the different chains. Okay, because this will different for different chains. For 20-meter chain it will be different, for 30-meter chain it will be different. Okay, just see these things. Next thing is limiting length of the offset. That is very important. These two things you just study on your own. It is not very difficult. I told you what is the allowance, how you need to give, why you need to give, that I explained you. Only thing is you need to know the basic derivations behind these things. Okay, it's very important. Next thing is limiting length of the offset. Limiting length of the offset means it is the maximum length of the offset allowed in the chain. Okay, that is, see, maximum length of the offset means there will be some errors you will come across during chain surveying. That error need to be rectified while plotting it in the map or paper. That is known as limiting length of the offset. These two things you just please see any books or anything to have knowledge about these things and try to solve the questions with respect to this. And also very important for a gate exam, this is correction due to sag is very important. Okay, these are all the important things. Next thing, this is okay, we will try to complete this chapter now, then we will go for angular measurement. See, one thing I want to tell you is very difficult to complete your survey syllabus within this 2 + 2 4 hours. I don't want to spend more time on these things. Just I am telling you what are the important things and what are the things you need to consider here. Okay. And next thing, okay, with respect to linear measurements, these are the things. In this, if you see in detail, you need to know about different types of chains, what are all the different types of chains available, what its length, how many links will be there. That is important. Next thing, what are all the different corrections you need to perform while chain survey. That is corrections due to that is length, that is chaining, correction due to slope, and correction due to temperature, and correction due to pull tension, correction due to sag. Sag means definitely there will be sagging, because in practically if you are seeing a transmission lines, definitely you will come across some sagging in the transmission lines, right? That and all you need to calculate. Okay, why? Because see, if your transmission line is these things, you should not calculate the length of the wire as this length. You need to calculate this total length. What is the sag length? Everything you need to calculate. Definitely due to its sulfate it will sag. That corrections always it will be more. Always you will get a maximum value that you need to subtract if you want to calculate the actual thing. That is what correction for sag. Okay, next thing what I told is you need to study this hypotenusal allowance and limit length of it. This is with respect to the chain surveying. Okay, next thing we will go for the angular survey. Angular survey is very, very important for the gate examination. Wherever you go, any examination, any SSC, JE or any TNPSC exams or else in gate examination, definitely you will find one mark or at least 1-2 mark questions in gate examinations. Okay, that thing you need to know. That is next chapters will be angular measurements. Students, any doubts so far with respect to first 2 chapters? Students, please express your interest so that I can proceed further. Students?
No, sir. Please continue.
Okay, fine, good. Next thing is very important topic is angular measurements. It is very, very important. We are going to focus on the important things with respect to the angular measurements. Okay, number 1, you need to know some concepts behind meridians and bearings. Meridians. Meridian means, see, okay, how I can explain? Okay, if initially what you have seen is you have seen to find out the length of the line, right? Now what we are going to see is you are going to find a direction of line. Direction of a line. Direction of line can be measured by compass survey. That is, angular measurements can be done by using compass survey. Compass survey. Okay, this is the important thing. Direction of line can be measured by using the compass survey. Compass survey, the basic principles behind compass survey is to find out the direction of the line. Very important. Okay, next thing, you need to know different types of meridian. Meridian means which reference line will be taken to calculate the angle of your line. See, this is your area. If you are finding out these things, if you are finding out these points, with reference to which meridian this line is 30 degree or 40 degree, 50 degree. With respect to some meridian will be there, na, that meridian is known as a true meridian. Sometimes that will be called as a magnetic meridian. Sometimes you will call a grid. Sometimes you will call this as an arbitrary meridian. That is a true. Second thing is magnetic. Third is grid. Number 4 will be arbitrary. A, this is B1, this is C1, this is D1. Okay, and the true meridian means which line follows north and south of your earth surface. See, true meridian means actually how your north and south pole of the earth surface will be. That meridian will be considered as a true meridian. That means north and south pole of earth surface. North and south pole of earth surface will be called as a true meridian. Magnetic meridian means magnetic north and magnetic south. That means if your compass, if your magnet is showing some directions, based on that, if you are measuring a direction of a line, that will be called as a magnetic bearing and magnetic bearing. That is magnetic north and magnetic south. Sometimes true bearing will be equal to the magnetic bearing. Sometimes true bearing, definitely true bearing and magnetic bearing will be different. Why? Because your earth surface is always, it will be somewhat tilted. It is not exactly as oblate spheroid like this. It is some angle, it is tilted 23, or it is some angle, it is tilted. Definitely the true north will be different, magnetic north will be different. Next thing is grid meridian. Grid meridian means local state government will have some meridian, some reference meridian that will be called as a grid meridian. Okay, that means local authorities will have some reference meridian with respect to true. With respect to true, they have some meridian. With respect to true, with respect to true meridian, local government have calculated some meridian that is known as grid meridian. Okay, next thing is arbitrary meridian. It is a local prominent point. It is a local prominent point. These are all the different meridian you need to know. Okay, definitely. See, I am telling you these things, very important for the gate examination. Topic will be leveling chapter, and the next thing will be this angular measurements. Here, how you are going to rectify the error, how you are going to calculate whole circle bearing, what is the missing angle, missing length, that everything you need to calculate it here. Okay, next thing, these are all you are seeing as a meridian. Next thing will be bearing. Okay, there's nothing in bearing. Bearing means with respect to true meridian, if you are calculating the angle, that will be called as a true bearing. Okay, bearing means measuring an angle, that is known as bearing. With respect to true north, if you are calculating, it will be called as a true bearing. With respect to magnetic north, if you are calculating, that will be called as magnetic meridian, magnetic bearing, sorry. Okay, if you are calculating the bearing with respect to grid meridian, it will be called as a grid bearing. If you are calculating the bearing with respect to arbitrary meridian, it will be called as a arbitrary bearing. Okay, for this you need to understand this true and magnetic north, because universally we are using these two meridians only. Okay, all the questions can be asked from this one thing only. And if you go in depth into this, you will you need to know what is meant by whole circle bearing, what is meant by reduced bearing system. Okay, these are all the different representation for the angular measurements. Okay, whole circle bearing, this whole circle bearing, that is, this is reduced bearing, or else we can call this as a quadral bearing system. Quadral bearing system. Okay, see, I'm not giving you the total explanation with some examples, with some definitions. Just I am telling you what all things are there, what all things you need to know. Okay, please listen. How you are going to represent the whole circle bearing? Whole circle bearing you are going to represent, this is east, west, north, south. If your line is like this, you need to tell this theta. This is a whole circle bearing of a line AB. Okay, and this is will be AC line. If you want to tell the whole circle bearing line of a line AC, you need to represent like this. This is your theta. This is theta 1, this is theta 2. If your thing is like this, if you want, this is A to D. Okay, if you want to tell the whole circle bearing of a line AD, you need to calculate from here to here. This is what whole circle bearing. Whole circle bearing will be calculated always from north only. Always from north only. This is very, very, very important. Please don't forget. This is very, very important. North only. Next, reduced bearings will be calculated from the either north or south direction, whichever is closer to your line. See, this is your line. This is your line. East, west, your north, south. If you want to tell what is the reduced bearing of a line AB, that means you need to tell these things. Theta 1, that is north, theta 1, east. Like this you need to represent. Here whole circle means you can represent theta 1 of a line AB and theta 2 line of a line AC, and here you can represent theta C of a line AD, theta 3. Okay, like this, in only in terms of theta only you will represent for the whole circle bearing. If you are going for reduced bearing system, you need to represent like this. See, if this is like this and your thing will be like this, means this will be measured as a theta 2, and you need to represent like how you will represent south, theta 2, west. This is how you need to represent this line. This is approximately A to C. AC line will be represented like south, theta 2, W, west. Okay, this is how you need to represent the whole circle bearing and the reduced bearing. Okay, and you need to know how to convert the whole circle bearing into reduced bearing. Okay, just for example, I am telling you, this is, see, this is your theta 1 and this is your east, west, north, south. Can anyone tell what is the whole circle bearing of this line AB?
Whole circle bearing is equal to reduced bearing, sir. Theta 1.
Whole circle bearing is theta 1. Okay, right. What is the reduced bearing?
Theta 1, sir.
Okay, no, actually whole circle bearing will be represented like this. We are converting this whole circle bearing into reduced bearing. Okay, how you will represent the reduced bearing? How you will represent this?
Plus or minus 180, sir.
Okay. No, actually, you need to represent this north, theta 1, east. As it is, you need to represent. This is the reduced bearing. This is the whole circle bearing. Okay. For example, I'm telling you these things. Okay, your line, your traverse line will be like this, and this is given as theta 2, and this is your east, west, north, south. This is given in terms of whole circle bearing, right? Students, this is given in terms of whole circle bearing, right? Can anyone tell what is the reduced bearing for this? What is the reduced bearing for this? Students?
180 minus whole circle bearing, sir.
Yes, 180 minus whole circle bearing is theta 2. You should not tell like this. You should tell it is like south 180 minus theta 2 east. You should represent the reduced or quadral bearing like this. Students, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir,
Next
but
thing is
Q2 start from north, no, sir.
what?
But Q2 starts from north, no, sir. Why should we not say that south Q2 south 180 minus Q2 north, sir?
Q2 where we are still telling no. What this question is, we are converting whole circle bearing into reduced bearing. The given question in terms of whole circle bearing, we are converting this into reduced bearing. That is, it is only the representation. Okay, how you will represent? What is this angle? This angle will be 180 minus theta 2, right?
Yes, sir.
This is how we are representing south 180 minus theta 2 east. This is what's the reduced bearing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, see, for example, if you see like this, and your thing will be like, see, whole circle bearing will be always calculated from your north. This is theta 3. Okay, if you want to convert this whole circle bearing into reduced bearing, what will happen?
Whole circle bearing minus 180, sir.
Always you need to tell the prefix and suffix. Here prefix will be south.
Okay.
Right. Okay. What is the value over here? South to west. What is the value over here?
Whole circle bearing minus 180.
Whole circle bearing minus 180. That means you are telling theta 3 minus 180 telling, right?
Yes, sir.
Theta 3 minus 180. Right. Correct. Like this only you need to convert whole circle bearing into reduced bearing into whole circle bearing. Okay. Can you even tell what is this? And here I am telling you this is as a theta 2, east, west, north, south. Can anyone tell whole circle bearing for these things? Convert this reduced bearing into whole circle bearing.
180 minus Q2, sir.
Theta. It is theta, not Q. Theta.
Sorry,
Okay.
theta 2.
Fine. Okay, that's all. This is basics things about these things. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to see what is the fore bearing and back bearing. You understood these things, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Next thing is fore bearing and back bearing. Fore bearing and back bearing means, see, you are measuring the angle of inclination. That means bearing of your line. Bearing of your line means how much the angle the line is tilted. Okay, that angle you are measuring. You need to tell whether it is a fore bearing or back bearing. Okay, see, this is your line. This is what you have calculated. Okay, and this is a line AB. Here you are marking a map kind of thing. This is your AB, right? AB line. What is this is a theta 1 and this is theta 2. Okay, what is the fore bearing of a line? They can ask what is the fore bearing of a line AB. Can anyone tell what is the fore bearing of a line AB?
Theta 1, sir.
Yes, fore bearing of a line AB is equal to theta 1. Right. What is the back bearing of line AB?
Theta 2, sir.
Theta 2. Exactly. These are all the different representations. Why? Because see, if you are calculating the closed envelope, see, this everything need to be fixed. Final thing, it need to be measured here. If you are taking properly, if you are taking correctly. Okay, formula is there to calculate what is the back bearing. See, back bearing is equal to fore bearing plus or minus 180 degree. Okay, in case plus only for fore bearing less than 180 degree, negative for fore bearing more than 180 degree. Here you told na, this is see 180 plus this theta 1 will be your theta 2, right? Students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, because this angle and this angle will be equal, vertically opposite angle. 180 plus this theta 1 will be your theta 2, right? That is what back bearing of line. We told theta 2. Actually, if you want to calculate as per the formula, 4 bearing plus or minus 180 plus, when plus will come as if the 4 bearing is less than 180 degree. Negative for 4 bearing more than 180 degree. This is how you will calculate 4 bearing and back bearing. Okay, in this what they will ask, they will tell you to ask the included angles, these things, and this length, and this bearing of this line they can ask, like this. So many questions will be asked in your gate examination. Okay, students.
Okay, sir.
Next thing will be just next final topic, then we will wind up. If possible to are there, we can see in the next class. Okay, next will be magnetic declination. Magnetic declination. Magnetic declination means it is a horizontal angle between true meridian and magnetic meridian. It is the horizontal angle between true meridian and magnetic meridian. You know that true north is different, magnetic north is different. Okay, that angle, included angle, the true north and the magnetic north, that included angle will be there. Na? That is, if this is your true north, okay, and this is your magnetic meridian, what is the angle between these things? Angle difference, that is known as magnetic declination. That is known as magnetic declination. Okay, and this is known as magnetic declination. And for example, see, generally the formula is there, that is to calculate a true bearing. To calculate a true bearing, okay, magnetic bearing plus or minus declination will be the generalized formula. No need to remember this formula. No need to remember this formula. By using your knowledge, by using your generalized thing, you can easily calculate. But for the namesake, for a given new examination, that means in books, I am giving you the formula. Okay, you know the concept, right? Because see, true meridian and magnetic meridian. In between these two, how much difference is that will be called as a declination. Whether it is eastern side means eastern declination, western side means western declination. That is the difference between these things. Okay, if some declination is there and positive is for eastern declination, negative for western declination. Okay, similarly, if you want to calculate, this is for true bearing. Okay, if you want to calculate magnetic bearing, magnetic bearing is equal to true bearing minus or plus declination. Here minus is for eastern, positive is for western. Okay, these are all the different things you need to know. And another one thing is, just to note this, it is very important point, and this is a true bearing is also known as azimuth. Sometimes what they will do is they will ask you what is the azimuth of a line AB. You should not find it difficult. That is, azimuth is also known as true bearing. Sometimes they will ask you azimuth. Okay, and another one notice, magnetic bearing of sun at noon, that is approximately 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. that is equal to 180 degree. This is one of the our objective questions. Magnetic bearing of a sun at noon, 12 o'clock is 180 degree. Okay, this is the important thing. In this, next thing is local attraction. Local attraction. That means, see, in the compass, you will find out the bearing of a line by using some magnets inside that. Okay, if you are having any fence, any higher magnetic field, okay, then definitely there will be some amount of local attraction will be there. With that, you will find any difficulties. You will find the wrong values. That means what I am asking you is, see, if you are doing some traverse kind like this, if you are doing some traverse like this, if you are calculating the correct bearing, definitely last line will be merge over here. If it is not merging, then due to some issues, your reading is wrong. So you need to find out which reading is wrong. That how you can find out is, this is a line A, B, C and D, closed traverse. In this, if you are doing back bearing minus 4 bearing is equal to 180 degree, then it is okay. Okay, if 4 bearing minus back bearing is not 180 degree, then it is subjected to local attraction. Okay, this is what the important thing with respect to these things. If possibilities are there, we will try to solve some problems in the next class. Do you have any doubts, students?
Sir, can you share the PPT to sir?
Yeah, sure, man. I will share this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. I will wind up this class. I think time is also getting over. If you have any doubts, anything, just inform your sir, and I will try to solve your problems. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, wow. Thank you. Sir, Parthasarathi, sir. Shaktivel.
Sir,
Yeah.
Varun இருக்கேன்.
Yeah, shall we wind up? Just
Okay, okay Varun, wind up பண்ணிக்கலாம். Next class பார்க்கலாம்.
Okay, thank you.
PPT மட்டும் சென்ட் பண்ணி விடுங்க, நான் குரூப்ல போஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
சரி, okay.
Okay.